When you have a CLOCKPLUS-IP connected as part of an EPIC or an ELO system, the clock configuration is done via the WinPlus-IP Devices pane. To do this, the prompter monitor must be connected to WinPlus via Ethernet. In the Devices window, select the monitor which the CLOCKPLUS is integrated to. In this example, we select a 15-inch EPIC monitor. Then click the Config button. If prompting is live, you'll see a warning. We continue and click the Configuration button, then the Clock tab. The first three items are related to functions of the clock displayed as part of the prompter video, also known as the on-screen clock. This is displayed by clicking in the burger on the prompter preview window in WinPlus and enabling Show Clock. At the top of the Clock tab, in the Monitor config, we can select what time zone we want to use for the on-screen clock. When checked, the clock will use the time zone of the host machine we're attached to. When unchecked, a time zone pull-down is visible. From here, we can select a different time zone based on continental cities, for example, Europe, Pacific, Africa. You can then select the source of the timecode. As with the time zone, this can either be on the host machine, or we can select NTP. If using network timecode, we must enter an IP address for the NTP server and a port number. Now we move on to the physical clock module. In the next box, you can select whether to have this enabled or not. If disabled, any color or brightness options will be hidden. You can then select the source of the timecode for the physical clock module. This can either be set to auto detect, to VITC, or digital VITC via a dedicated card, or to linear timecode via the integrated LTC BNC connection. Or we can select to use the same source as the on-screen clock is using. Below this, we can select if we want the clock to show the time in 12 hours or 24-hour mode. We can then select the brightness of the clock using either the slider or manually entering the brightness using a scale of 1 to 100. Finally, in this tab, we can select what color we want the clock to be in default or standby mode. This can be green, red, or orange. If you want the physical clock to tally its status, you control this by clicking on the Tally tab. The first button lets us select if we want the clock to tally or not. With the second button, we can choose the color for the clock when it is on air. Again, we can choose green, red, or orange. Finally, you can enter the clock module tally ID. This is usually used to show the camera ID and can be alphanumeric. When the tally option is disabled, you still have the ability to show the clock module ID. When you are happy with your settings, click Apply, then close this tab and close the configuration window.